Greetings, greetings everyone. Hope all is well. I'm a couple minutes early. It makes a change. Normally I'm a little bit late, but just wanted to welcome everyone back. Properties Gambia Real Estate Channel. I'll give it a couple minutes. It's been a little while since I've been on, so I'll give it a couple minutes, and hopefully there'll be a few joining us. Like I said, it's been a while, so might not get as many people online. But if you're there, just give us a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me. That'd be great. Let's give it a shout out. Organic Hair, Skin and TV. Shannon James. From the Gam fam. Yep. Greetings. Those from the Gam family. If you can just give me a thumbs up just to let me know you can hear me loud and clear. That'd be great. And I'll get started pretty much. Okay, I'm going to start anyway. So yeah, it's a Q&A session. So anyone's got any questions to ask regarding lands, buying lands, or if you bought land already from us, regarding any builds, fencing, houses, and so on. Yeah, and just some general questions. It's been a little while since I've been on. I think the last time I was on, I was in the Gambia, and I've not been as active. Since I've been back, I fell a bit ill while I was in Gambia my last week. So, yeah, but give thanks that I'm okay now. So back to what I'm doing. Okay, you've given me the thumbs up so you can hear me loud and clear. Greetings, Ori, Bob Garvey. Yes, brother. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so generally it's just like I said, it's a Q&A session. Probably I'll be rather talking about any questions that you've got, and I'll touch briefly on lands that we have got. So if you have got any questions, do fire away, and then we'll take it from there. I'm not sure if our moderator is going to join us today because it was a bit short notice. Ori, my name is Ori Yami. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the name incorrectly. An intended customer. Yes, okay, all right, that's great. Do contact me. Our contact details is in the description of this live, so you'll be able to contact me that way. I will, if any moderators do manage to come in, I'll put some details up regarding email address, contact numbers, and so on, so you can contact me direct. All right, Ori, I sent you a message on WhatsApp on inquiries, but you never answered. Sorry about that. Apologies. I don't know when you did contact me, whether it was recently or while I was in the Gambia. Apologies for that. Do contact me again. Like I said, it could have been a time when I was not feeling very well. I was out in the Gambia, I felt sick, and then even when I returned back, I was sick still for another week or two. So apologies for that. Do contact me, and I'll promise I'll make that reply to you. Even one time you were in the Gambia and I was too, and I asked how can I meet you, but you refused to answer. I don't think it's a case of I refuse to answer. It's probably, I do get a lot of messages, and I've got a lot of things to do while I'm in the Gambia in terms of dealing with a lot of clients, lands, projects that are going on. You know, we are house building now. So we have started our first project where we're building a house for our client. So if you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, do subscribe, because I'll be putting regular updates on there. Yeah. All right. Okay. Right. So do contact me. Even if you throw me a text, I'll reply after this live session. Trina Harris, yes, sister, how you doing? Gam fam. When I say Gam fam, guys, that's those that are in the WhatsApp group, those that have invested with us, bought lands from us. There's about 160 clients that are actually on this WhatsApp group. It's only exclusive to those that have invested with Properties Gambia. So yeah, you can, once you purchase land from us, we welcome you into two groups, really. We'll put you in the main WhatsApp group, Properties Gambia, and then we'll put you in the community group. The community group is basically the community, the location that you've bought. So you kind of interact with your neighbors and so on. Yeah. Taki Bachi, hope I'm pronouncing it right. How much does it cost for a 20 by 22 fence in Gunjur? Off the top of my head, a 20 by 20, give and take a couple meters, all inclusive, everything that comes to 211,000 Gambian dalasi. Yeah. Normally how we do it, that includes all the blocks, everything. It doesn't include your gates, but we leave the opening for your gates or railings or whatever style you're having in the front. Yeah. So that's you know, that's from start to finish. Normally now what we do is, because now Gambia, in the past few years, there's been some change of climate, weather, strong winds, heavy rains. Oh, you know, so we dig deeper. We go 3 blocks down into the ground for the foundation, and then 10 blocks up, unless you specify different. You know, we'll work with you on that. But that's our costing, and you pay it probably in stages. One in the beginning to keep, you know, there is a waiting list. So, and we update you all the time regarding whether you're there. If you've got someone there, that's even better. You know, they're welcome to come and have a look, see what we're doing. And yeah, so you will make a first payment when we start, and then a payment sort of in between the job, and then a final payment on completion and satisfaction. Yeah, so that's how we work. In terms of the houses and things like that, we tailor the build to everyone's needs in terms of design and finance. And when I say we tailor it to people's finance, if people want to do it over it just depends. Some people's got the cash, they want to go straight ahead and they want to get it done within, 8 months to a year. And then basically it's just throwing money at it. Basically, if everyone's budget, like most people, we can't just throw money like that in terms of just building a house unless we have got savings. Then we can do it over 5 years, 10 years. It just depends. So basically, we'll just tailor it to people's need. We'll take it up to a level. For example, we'll do the foundation. If you feel you need to take a break and to recuperate some more cash, then we can go back onto it. But we can tailor a payment plan, which not many people do. You either get that option of, right, okay, it's a 5 or 10-year plan, whatever. But like I said, we deal with each client individually, and we try and work with them. So that's how we work. Any more inquiries, just, do give me a call, give me a shout. Okay, Ori, okay, I will do again tonight when I get home. Okay, do that. All right. I can see down here that you're in the States. Okay, probably maybe when you do message me, because it's like 10 p.m. where I am now. I know the States is at least 5-6 hours behind us. So the time you do message is probably I'm going to be sleeping, but I will reply when I wake up in the morning. That time you might be sleeping, but we'll fix. I will reply to your message. And apologies if I didn't. Possibly I was sick at the time. Most people who do know me, I'm very responsive. You can get hold of me, but you've probably just caught me at a bad time. And for Harris, what is the average cost for a gate? Just for the gate alone, it just depends. If you're talking like a double gate, single gate, if you're talking like a double gate, you can pay anything from, it all depends on design and finishing now, because the work goes into the designs and the work. You could pay 30,000, from 30,000 up to 50,000 Gambian dalasi. It depends. 50,000 Gambian dalasi is more on the high side because it might mean there's a lot of detail involved. There might be wood mixed with the metal, a bit more of a fancy kind of looking gate. But in terms of temporary gates, they're not expensive at all. Off the top of my head, contact me on that, and I can send you some prices. Yeah. Venus Music One. Yes, sister, how you doing? You okay? Hope all is well. It's another member of our GAM fam. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, guys, any questions, this is the time, feel free. I'll answer it as best to my ability. If I can't give you a straight answer, then I will send me a message, email me, or WhatsApp me. Yeah, and then I will reply and I'll give you a bit more solid information. Hi, Mama Yula. Yes, how you doing? You okay? Hope all is well. Greetings. Thanks for joining in from the Gambia. Another member of our GAM fam. Okay, organic hair and skin TV. So since there are heavy rains lately, are the plots being graded before building the fences and construction? Yes. So the land has to be cleared, especially of any what they call never die. The roots have to take out all roots. We don't want them cracking any foundations. So we make sure the area is clear and good to go before we start. Obviously, you know, during the rainy season, it's a bit it's just like anywhere. There's days if it's raining, then there's certain things we can't do. But it doesn't stop us from building. The good thing is it helps in terms of the diggings of the foundation. The ground's a bit more easier for the contractors. It's a bit more softer than in the dry season, because the land in the dry season can be very hard to dig. So yeah, but yes, we do take you know, correct measures in terms of as of when, you know, we can do things. The last couple of days, those that are in the Gambia now knows that it has been raining the past few days. The reports I've been getting back from my team. So yeah, there's not much we can do on days like that. If it's raining, then work pretty much stops. Yeah. We are coming to the end of rainy season. So we've probably got another month of it, month and a half, and then we should be entering into the dry season. But we have been doing loads of, we're still working, we're still doing builds during the rainy seasons and so on. Brittany, yes, sister, yes, thanks for joining us, another GamFam member. Mama Yuli, hey son, glad you are doing well and back in full mode. Yes, yes. Those that don't know, yes, those if the Gam fam who's in the group knows that I wasn't feeling very well, but I'm back on form now, being more active. So yeah, that's why I thought let me come on and say hi to the subscribers and as well as to the Gam fam as well. So yeah, if you probably saw me a month ago, I was weak. There's not much I could do. Okay, Scarlett, the DJ, greetings, thanks for joining us. Do you know the guidelines of building on a beach or very close? Well, in terms of building on the beach, that will probably come under TDA. TDA, you can't build residentials, properties there, unless you're building an Airbnb or something to do with tourism, a hotel, mini hotel, or a restaurant or something like that. That's when you can get planning permission. But yes, there will be guidelines. Gambia is not very strict on its guidelines in terms of building. It's just a case of you got to have contractors who knows what they're doing, and building conditions and the soil and so on. But yeah, hope that answers your question. Someone else greeting each other. For business, thanks. Yeah, okay, all right, so it's for business. Yeah, obviously, you're gonna need to get planning permission and things like that in terms of your builds, but that's standard anyway. That's even when you're building a house, you still need to get permits, fence permits, your building permit. Your building permit is once you've got your blueprint and your house design, that's when you put in for your permit. Yeah. Without that, you can't apply for a building permit. Yeah. And then it goes through the lands department, registry of lands, to get approval on builds and things like that. Yeah. But that's something that we'd need to contact physical planning. Yes. Golda Smith, greetings. Yes, sister, another member of our GAM fam. I do remember some of the names in terms of like YouTube names. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I've missed anyone's questions, yeah, keep them coming. If you've got any more questions. In terms of locations, plots, we've got a few left in Sanyang Seaside. These are residential. They're 20 by 20s, 20 by 19s. They vary in price between 240,000 Gambian dalasi to 250,000 Gambian dalasi. We are doing a 6-month plan on it, payment plan. So you put 30% down of the total, and then you can spread the remaining costs over 6 months. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good time to start buying land really, because prices are going up. Prices are definitely going up. So yeah, and you know, even in terms of builds and materials and things, prices are going up. This is inflation, and it's a big effect all around the world. So it does have an impact everywhere, no matter where you are. So, you know, Gambia is still relatively cheap for lands compared to a lot of other places. But it just depends on location where you want to buy. A lot of the places that we invest in is up and coming areas and so on. So yeah. Tweak Bashir, what is the price to have a borehole dug? Okay, we charge 70,000 Gambian dalasi. That's a standard borehole. So we do the digging with all the pipes and your submission pump. Then we seal it over, cement it over, and then that is it. We can, you can put the full structure, the tower and everything, but to be honest, I think the most important thing is you dig the borehole, because once you've got the borehole there and the pump, that's it. Once you build your house, that's it. You can just build your tower, put your water tank up, and then there you go. I just don't think it's worth doing it early on. But the borehole is very important. That's one of the first things you do when you purchase the land. So, you know, you put your borehole and then fence the land. Because without water, if there's no water within the area, then you need a borehole for the contractors to access for water. So what we normally do, we bring a mobile generator connected to the borehole. You know, there is a electrical socket which comes out from the ground, connect to the borehole, to the generator, and then you can turn it on. And then when once you finally build in your house, you can put a big generator, attach a big generator to it, or you can attach a solar system to it. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question. Organic Hair and Skin TV, do you do grade in terms of sloping the land so that water drains away from the house so that it doesn't settle at the foundation and cause damage to the house once it is built? Yes, of course. So what we'd do is that there, it depends on, if you're on a flat land, you can't really build a slope. So what you do is when you're building your house, is when you're ready to do the landscape, the outside around the house, you do a slant away from the house. And it's very important, which most houses I don't see in the Gambia, and that's most, I would say 90% or 95%, more than that, don't put gutterings in the house, or gutterings around the house, which is important. It's not only to just, it channels the water to go to places you want it to go. If you don't put gutterings in, the water can sit around the foundation, and that can have effects on the foundations of the houses. So it is important that you have a slight slope, but most importantly, you've got guttering, and you channel that guttering elsewhere away from the house. That's how you solve that problem. Yeah. Where most houses there's no guttering. When it does, even that it only rains 4 months of the year, 4 or 5 months of the year, that's enough to do damage. So always, I think some people, not only that, some people don't put it there. It could be cost reasons, but then again, I see big mansions in Gambia, so I don't think that's an excuse. I see very big houses out there. I think it's very important to put gutterings around your house. I've just put gutterings around my house. So yeah, it is important. You want the water going away from the house. And like I said, when you do the landscaping, you can do a slight, when you compact the ground, pack it up, you can do a slight slant away from the house. Yeah. So that's the way around it. Okay. Organic Hair and Skinny TV. Asking some very good questions, Organic Hair, Skinny TV. Very good questions. What is the difference between having a gate man and a security guard? Are they the same, but just go by different titles? Yeah, I mean, in the Gambia, they will say like a watchman. A watchman is a guardman, is a security. It comes under the same thing. You can kind of call it that. And when we say watchman, a lot of the houses, like a lot of the big houses that, like in terms of the Gambian, like family and things like that, you've always got many generations of family living within the compound. So there's kind of always someone there. But, you see, a lot of diasporan houses, people building these big, massive houses, they have watchmen where, some will build a security home where there'll be a watchman, a living watchman that lives on the grounds, not in your house, but in like a side house sort of thing. So yeah, you can do that. You can hire someone to do that once you build a security house, so someone's there all the time. Or whether you decide, whether you're just hiring for periods of time during the day or during the night. That is not, that I would say that comes under more security guard, which I don't really see that on people's houses. It's mainly watchmen, and most of the time they're living watchmen that live on the grounds or who are there, or they do a rotation in terms of, if they're not living there, then you can have it where, you're hiring maybe, 2 or 3 watchmen, but on different time rotas, when one goes, another one comes. So the house is always being looked. And not only that, I always say cameras as well. Cameras is important. Nowadays, the technology we've got, you can set up cameras all around the house, and you could be anywhere in the world, and you can just, you can go into your app and you can see what's going on. So yeah, some people want dogs, things like that, to deter people away. Fencing with barbed wires, possibly glass on the top of the fence. Yeah, But I think most importantly is having cameras, watchmen, and things. And not only that, I think as communities develop, I think people will be watching out for each other. So I think when you're one of the first ones to start the build and whatever you're on the community, so you have to. It's always good if you're like the first there within that community to start building. I would hire a watchman. Me personally, I've built my house and I've built a security house. So somebody will be there. I'll make sure somebody's there. Especially me, I'm in and out of the country. So the house will be occupied 24/7. And that's your best way of thinking. And yeah, it's a case of, you kind of vet the people who's going to work for you and so on. That's the best way forward. Yeah. So, there's a lot of deterrence, possibly alarm systems, maybe not the alarm systems that connect straight to the police, like, the ones in the West, but you've got sirens, which make a lot of noise. That would deter a lot of people. So there's many things. I think sometimes when you put your guard down, is when you're vulnerable. But if your security, you put your security tight and so on, it should be good. Ojuini, Ogari, Lakal, it's a long name. Greetings, Daniel, feeling better. Hello, chat group. Yes, are you from the Gam fam? Brother or sister? But greetings anyway. Thanks for joining. Organic hair and skin TV. Yeah. Great, thanks. Yeah, I hope that kind of helped. In terms of, in terms of security and things like that. Any more questions? I'm going to just tap in my details, but do fire away if you've got any more questions while I tap in my WhatsApp details and email. Okay, that's my WhatsApp email. I will put. Yeah, okay, so that's my WhatsApp number. You can contact me. The reason I use my WhatsApp, because obviously people international around the world. Sometimes I'm in the Gambia, sometimes I'm in the UK, we're in different countries. But if it is those that are in the UK, you can call me on my direct line. But obviously those that are abroad, you can use the WhatsApp number. Or you can contact us via email. We'll be happy to answer any inquiries. So like I said, yes, we've still got not only Sanyang, we've still got Gunjo. We've still got plots in Gunjo, which those are service plots where we're bringing water to the land, electricity, and we're building the infrastructure in terms of roads and street lighting. Gunjo. Gunjo is a next up and coming area. So yeah, those ones are a bit more costly because obviously we need to cover the cost for building the infrastructure. So those ones start at 290,000 Gambian dollars, 295,000. Yeah. Like I said, we will be starting on doing some things down there very shortly. So do watch this space. Sometimes you don't see, a lot does happen in the background in terms of builds and things. I do put a few bits and pieces up on the channel just to keep people aware of what we're doing. But like I said, you know, our main focus now, as well as selling lands, and that'll always be our focus as well, is not just about selling the lands, it's about developing as well. So now we're going into the builds and things like that. And you know, our plan is maybe in the future we'll build ready-made houses, you know, where people can buy and buy off plan. So that's probably somewhere in the pipeline, not just yet. It might be a few years down the line, but who knows? But for now, selling lands and developing our communities as well, which a lot of our communities, they're really coming forward now. You know, some of the communities, you know, the good majority of them, they've got their fences up. Some of them are starting to build. You know, down in Sanyang, Jambanjelly, those that know the arrival, they also purchased from Properties Gambia. That community there, that's definitely up and coming as well. So there's a lot going on in the surrounding area as well around them. So yeah, watch this space. Yeah. Any more questions before I leave? I don't want to be sounding like a parrot going over and over. So if you've got any more questions or you want to come in to talk, sorry guys. Okay. Hi, sister. Is there enough space to build a home and a security quarters on a 20 by 20? Yes, you can. It's going to be very, you don't need nothing big in terms of like a security quarters, but it depends. Do you want a living security quarters or do you want just a security sort of hut? What they would say, like it's a security little hut. If it's a living quarters, then yes, you know, you can. 20 by 20 is not used, but it's not that small. You can fit a small little, tiny little security house there, where it's adequate enough just to put a room and a shower for people's basic needs. You know, other than that, yeah. And I think if you are having security, you know, as our communities develop, we'll be also thinking about having walk around securities within the community, you know, just walking the perimeter and so on. But like I said, if you're having like your private own watchman, then, you know, I wouldn't have them just sitting at your front gate because anything can happen behind those gates, behind you. So it's always good. They have to be within the compound. You know, because something could be going on inside. They won't hear it or they can't see it. So they have to be on the ground and so on. And like I said, if you've got cameras as well, you can see what's going on. So that's a good thing. Organic hair and Skin TV in Gunjur for water. Will borehole be done for each plot, or will there be main borehole, then piping, taking water to each individual plots? No. So what we do is we bring the main grid. We don't bring it to each individual plot. It is something we can do, but it works out too expensive that way. The prices will go sky high in terms of the plots and everything. No, so what we do is we bring it to the location. You know, if there's nearby grid, we connect from the grid, we bring it to the location. So for example, if there's 50 odd plots there, we will bring it into the location and then people feed off of that. That is through NOIC. In terms of your borehole systems, no, that's privately. You do your own boreholes if you want your own boreholes, which is always thingy. Because me personally, I've got my borehole and I'm also connected to NOIC. Always good to have a backup plan. But the boreholes themselves, that's something you have to do privately. We will bring the main grid, NOIC, underground piping water from, and same again with electricity. We will not drop the electricity on each and everyone's plot. We will bring the electric system to the location where everyone can feed off of the grid. Yeah, just to make it easier. And that's what we do. Then it doesn't become very costly. It's not costly at all. The main thing is getting it to the main location, because we'll need to bring many poles down to bring electricity, and also they'll need to come doing some diggings in the ground to bring it to the location, NOIC. So that's what we'll be doing. But we will not be bringing it to each individual plot. Maybe in the near future, like I said, if we're building houses and things like that, if we're building like an estate, finish, and we're building a complete house, then yes, we will bring water direct to them homes and electricity direct to them homes. But unfortunately, no, these are service plots, but we're making it easier for people who are moving there. So it's not too much of a burden. You can connect up to the main grids where it's close by. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. But yes, every home pretty much has a borehole. I think it's always good to have a borehole. Because not only that, you know, time we set in place a lot of things. People will be fencing and things like that, so people need to do their boreholes and things like that. So yeah, get your borehole. That's key. Like I said, that's our WhatsApp number. We have still got locations in Sanyang and Gunjur. There's quite a few in Gunjur remaining. There's only a few left in Sanyang, only a few. So yeah, I think we're down to our last 5 or 3 plots in Sanyang Seaside. Yeah, so do get in there before they go, and before the prices go up as well. Right, okay. Let me just put up my email as well. Anyone, that was my WhatsApp. This is our email address on the screen. You can also email me. You can, and then we'll get back to you. One Dog Queen, greetings, sister. Yes, Gam fam, greetings. Welcome. Hi, sister. Venus Music One. Hey, Daniel. Can the community establish a gated community? Yes. That is one of the reasons why we put up community groups, as well as our WhatsApp group. We've got our WhatsApp group, the main group, where everybody's on there, those that have purchased from us. And then we put you into a community group. And that's the reason, you know, when people do start building, establishing on these grants, this is the time to start talking amongst each other, whether you want to, whether you want to, you know, a gated community and things like that. In terms of infrastructures, doing roads or things like that, you know, we're happy to give you quotations and things, you know. Even that we're not doing service plots in certain locations doesn't mean we won't do it in other locations. We can still do it in other locations and, you know, and get prices and so on. Yeah, and carry out the work. Nate UK, Daniel, how much are you selling 20 by 20 plots for? If I remember rightly, they was £1,900-ish around a year ago. Yes, that was probably Jambanjeli. Yeah, Sanyang, it would have been a bit more than that, but Sanyang now, yeah, you're talking around 4,000 for 20 by 20 in Sanyang, seaside area. Yeah. Prices in terms of the Sanyang seasides, there's not really been much of a jump in terms of our prices on the Sanyang seaside. They've been relatively the same. We've tried to keep it at a reasonable, you know. But I think when development, more and more buildings start going up around these lands, that's when prices start going skyrocket. Yeah, and especially Sanyang seaside, there's a lot of development going on there. So unfortunately, we haven't got any plots for those prices. You can. I am speaking with my team to keep looking for, you know, prices like that or even cheaper. But the only thing with that, you'd have to go a bit further out. That's the only thing. But we are still looking and searching different locations. Yeah. One Dog Queen, glad to see you still striving. Yes, sister. Yeah, I'm still striving. I'm still. I'm back. I'm back on form now. I'm good. Thank you very much. Yes, just out of action for a little while, but you know, give thanks. Thanks. Thank God. Yeah, that, you know, I'm okay. Greetings, Sister Serena. How you doing? Hope all is well. Hi, Daniel. You come to visit Gambia when my fencing is done. So can I get a better vision of my land upon completion of the fencing? I already pay for my borehole. Yes, of course. So what we do, Serena, as you know, you see on the group, usually when we're building people's fences or, you know, we started the house build, and even on the YouTube, I do put, you know, people's development in terms of their fencing, what we've done, and then we send you private videos, obviously, of your plot, specific plot. And even when we do put finished fences, we don't announce whose fence it is or any private details. We just say, right, this is the work we've completed. you know, in Sanyang or wherever, but we don't give any detail. But for you personally, we'll share videos with you. So yes, yeah, I mean, like I said, hoping that, we can get your fence done before you arrive. But most importantly is that, obviously, we have a payment plan in place, and then not only that, the waiting list as well. There's a few others that, that are still waiting on the list. We've come down the list quite a lot. Slowed down a little bit because of the rainy season. It did put us behind, which is normal, and I expected it anyway. Yeah, but now I've put a bit more stricter measures in place in terms of our contractors, in terms of getting the job done. But that's an internal thing that we're dealing with, and thank God is, hopefully that should all start working out. Yeah. The UK, thanks. Speak soon. Yes, no problem, brother. Speak soon, man. If that's pretty much it, as you can see, I'm yawning. Yeah, so it's been a little while since I've done the YouTube, and I thought, now I have to come out and speak to the subscribers, let people know that we're still here. Anytime you're in the Gambia as well, our office is in Brussels phase 2, not far from Turntable. It's about 3 minutes drive from Turntable. So, our office is probably, you'll see it, big sign, Properties Gambia, real estate, Brussels phase 2. If you go to anyone, say Brussels phase 2, opposite Speed petrol station, there's a building. There's 2 big buildings in front of it. One of the buildings, we're on the first floor. You'll see a sign up saying Properties Gambia. You can contact me if you're there and you want to go to the office. Our team's there. I've got all the workers are all there. General managers there, lands managers there, girls behind the desk, and a few of the younger ones that been trying to create jobs for them and help our young brothers and sisters out in the Gambia. So training them up and things like that. So yeah, you can always contact me. I can forward numbers on to you if you're lost and you need to find the office. You speak to the taxi man or your driver or whoever. We can direct you to the office, but it's pretty easy to find. Everyone knows Brussels phase 2. So you say Brussels phase 2, opposite Speed petrol station. Yeah, if you're standing outside Speed petrol station, Brussels phase 2, and you look across the road, you look up, you'll see a sign saying Properties Gambia. We're on the first floor. Yeah. Got a good team, functioning very well. Everyone all of our Gam fam that has finally made it over, they've come to the office, they've seen our operations, we take them to the land. So what we do, we take people to the land first time. And then, hopefully you start memorizing the area and how to get there. Right, okay. African Impress, hi, happy to catch the live. Yes, glad that you made it. You probably caught the back end of it. Pretty much going to wrap up, but I'm sure you can watch it on replay. It was an interesting live, a lot of good questions. Hope that I've answered them the best I can. And like I said, don't feel shy. Anybody can contact me on WhatsApp. You can call me on WhatsApp, call me on my direct line, or you can email me. And anyone who I didn't respond to, apologies. There's possibly that I was not well at the time. I couldn't really. I just didn't have the strength and the energy to deal with any inquiries. Even on the GAM fam, I came up on the group and I said, if anyone needs anything, just contact the office in the Gambia direct. I was still in and out, dipping in and out, but I was pretty much, my body was like, no, it wasn't having it. So, yeah, but I'm back. Give thanks, I'm back on form. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty much going to wrap up now. Thanks for joining. Going to be doing more videos now, live videos, and so on. And you're going to see a lot more in terms of builds and things like that. So if you're not subscribed, do subscribe. Also, if everybody likes, just it gives people a chance to get to know about us, what we're doing, and so on. Yeah. So yeah. Thanks for joining, and everyone have a blissful evening, or afternoon, or morning, wherever you are, and stay blessed and take care. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.